Hey guys, this is Sam from the Grid Games with another standard deck tech. This is Mono Black in its current form, at least when I'm playing online right now. I recently took Burn to a Star City Games Super IQ, but I recently came across a Mono Black splashing red, and I'm just in love with it. So, as you can see, the red splashes for Slaughter Games, 2 in the main board, 2 in the sideboard. 2 Rakdos return in the main board, and the full set of Dreadbore. We get the Scryland, which is sweet, Blood Crypts, and 1 Guildgate. So we have 9 sources for our spells. The deck I'm playing right now is a little heavier on the splash than most decks. I got inspiration today, actually, because I was watching the coverage of Grand Prix Cincinnati, which is a standard Grand Prix, and a lot of the Channel Fireball guys were playing Mono Black Splash Red. Most of it was for like 1 Slaughter Games in the sideboard, 1 Rakdos Return in the main board, 1 Dreadbore in the main board, and a few things like that. But, I mean, Slaughter Games is so good against all the major decks. You know, Mono Black, you take away their Gray Merchants, or in the mirror, you take away their Pack Rats. You know, Rakdos Return is very good against both Mono Black and any control variant. Slaughter Games also good against control, you take away their Rev. Again, Mono Black, you take away their Gray Merchant or their Pack Rat. Burn, you take away their Boros Charm or War Leader's Helixes. Green variant, you take away their Pelucranos. Anything like that. Dreadbore is a concession to all the creature decks that have been cropping up. So, whether it's, you know, a green deck with Pelucranos, or that, like, Sylvan Primordial deck, or anything like that, Dreadbore pretty much takes care of it. And so I don't mind playing on my turn, because all of our threats are already played on our turn, with the aside of Hero's Downfall and like 2 removal spells. So I don't mind tapping out on our turn to kill a creature. That's not an issue for me. Also, some of the Esper decks are playing, you know, infinite Planeswalkers. They're playing 4 Jace, a bunch of Elspeths, whatnot. So you want to have enough removal for all those things. Rakdos Return also takes care of them, though. So that's good. Also, the red-green monsters matchup. You don't see that a lot online, actually, because of all the walkers and all the lands. It actually costs a lot of money. A lot of people aren't going to put that in. So that's not something I'm super afraid of. But in that matchup, we have more removal spells and they have Planeswalkers as well. So that's really good. The 2 random removal spells. Devour Flesh is for the random Blood Baron that we happen to face main board, if Esper has 1 main board. And Ultimate Price is for things like Pelucranos or Desecration Demon. It's a very versatile removal spell. It also takes care of Master of Waves game 1, which Dreadbore does not, because Dreadbore is red. For the Dreadbores, actually, we have 4 removal spells that we are likely to side in its place. We have 2 Doomblades and 2 Devour Flesh. 2 Devour Flesh come in for Blood Baron, and 2 Doomblades come in for Mono Black or Mono Green. It's sometimes just more useful, but Dreadbore is more of a catch-all game 1 that I like a lot. We also have the 2 Drown in Sorrows against, Hexproof. We have 3 Devour Flesh, but Drown in Sorrows can beat Hexproof. It can also beat any of the Weenie decks. It's also very good against Mono Black as well. Underworld Connections, obviously for control. Lifebane Zombie for any green-white variant or green variant, or sometimes you bring it in against Esper if you know they have Lifebanes. Duress versus Esper, it's also fantastic against Burn. Thoughtseize is pretty good, but you're paying 2 life so that you can get, you know, sometimes only a 3 damage burn spell. So you're netting 1 life for 1 mana, which is okay. But Duress, for 0 mana, you can get like a Spark Trooper, you can get a Boros Charm, whatever. It's insane. This deck is playing the full set of Mutavaults, as previously stated, and the Whip is actually very good because of the Burn deck. How prominent it is, you want to be able to race them game 1 sometimes, and Whip just puts that way out of reach. It's also pretty good against, like, monsters, where you'll sometimes have to, like, block a Pelucranos with a Gray Merchant, then you whip it back and kill them, things like that. So Whip is just a good toolbox in the main deck. The sideboard, we pretty much covered it all. Duresses are for like Burn Control, Devour Flesh are for Blood Baron decks and Hexproof. Doomblades are for any decks not playing black creatures. Drown in Sorrow for aggro decks and Hexproof and Mono Blue. Slaughter Games is pretty much everything. I'm going to side in 4 Slaughter Games pretty much no matter what. Mono Blue, I don't want to face Thassa. I don't want Jace if they brought it in. Jace Memory Adept, although we do have removal for it. And Master Waves is not a big deal, but those are the 2 cards I don't want to face from them. Any Rev deck I don't want to play against Rev. Any Pelucranos deck I don't want to play against Pelucranos or Domri. Those are both bad cards for me. Burn may be the only matchup where I side it out. Burn, you probably side out. I would think you slide out like the Slaughter Games, the Returns, the Dreadbores, and then bring in the Duresses and our removal suite of 2 Doomblades, 2 Devour Flesh. Devour Flesh is very good because you can like Devour Flesh your own demon, get it back, etc. You probably also bring the Lifebane Zombie because they have things like Spark Trooper, so you may take out an Underworld Connections. Although Connections can help if you go long and you have like a whip active, or you have some way to gain life and you're going long. Connections can be pretty good at just closing the game against them. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to jump in a 4-round standard daily, and I don't know, I hope you guys try this at home, at FNM, whatever. It looks very competitive to me. I tested a few matches with it. I love it so far. So we'll see how it goes. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys for round 1.